Hi, I'm your boy, the Media Prince, and I want to welcome you back to another epic season of great conversations, great laughs, great art, great stories, just plain old greatness, and we're here in the nation's capital. Welcome to Conversations with the Media Prince. Hey, what's going on? You're here with your boy, the Media Prince, and we are back for another episode of Conversations with the Media Prince. And like no other, I have someone here that's dynamic, that is helping gear this area to an amazing arena. That gentleman next to me is a tastemaker, a community leader, a legend, a philanthropist. The list can go on. The one, the only.
A rapper.
The one, the only, Mr. Darius Baxter. How are you, King?
Did you practice that?
No, this is just easy for me. This is me.
Oh my God.
You got the Media Prince intro. I always say the key to these things too is I always like to intro the guests in the way that they should be said and celebrated. You know what I'm saying? You worked hard for what you to where you got to. So
yeah. The
respect is to give you your accolades and your correct titles. And what you're doing right here is quite iconic.
I appreciate that. I'm a fan of the Pat Bev pod with Ron. Have you heard of that one?
No, you're schooling me today.
The Pat Bev pod with Ron. And Ron is this like white boy rapper from Philly.
Oh.
And to start every one of their podcasts, he does a freestyle about the guest. So I'm gonna challenge you. You had the bars today, but for the next guest, I know you've had like Fabio Foreign on here. You said you had Megan Thee Stallion. I'm saying the next one, I expect a freestyle from you. I got it. Media Prince. Where we at? Congress Heights. Where we at? Right?
We at Columbia Heights. This dynamic guy next to me has been really in the forefront of creating a better lifestyle for a lot of people here. You get what I'm saying? I love your quote of trying to just help the less fortunate really get a taste of having the American dream.
Yeah.
And I think what's so big about that is to be so young and so driven and so focused where you are. This mission on you is so... It's hard to put in words because this brother is doing something so dynamic and so new of our arena as far as millennials here. And he's taking it to heights that we're actually experiencing for us the first time with you and your platform.
Yeah.
But before we dive all the way into that and how dynamic and how much great things they're doing for the area, and if you're under a rock,
overrated.
You need to be,
Overrated.
When did even the idea or the thought of wanting to help, period, spark in you?
It's a lifetime journey, for real. It's a lifetime journey. But I really, you've given me a lot of flowers to start this interview. But I really have to say thank you for the encouragement. I put my shades on today because I was like, I'm coming to see the Media Prince. And when I tell you, this is the coolest brother that I've ever met in my life, man. So I knew I had to match your swag a little bit to that.
Oh, you're doing fantastic.
I'm doing, how I'm looking?
We looking like brothers today, man.
We're looking like brothers
today. We definitely going to do a little photo shoot after this. So,
I had to put my Dion's on. we getting ready in Southwest to do some amazing things this year, man. I'm just channeling all of the forefathers that have just done this their way. And when you ask about like when did I get inspired to do this? When did I start saying I want to help people and all of that? It really was a lifelong journey for me. Like I was raised in a household that was surrounding me constantly with love. Yet I was watching strong black women go out into the world every single day and serve. Whether that was my mother being a teacher, whether that was my grandmother being a laywoman at the church, and then even great examples from men. My grandfather driving a metro bus every single day. My father going out to serve as a police officer. Like my uncle being a firefighter here in the district. Like I just saw so many different examples of people that were willing to serve in a variety of different ways. So it was such, how can I say, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. I'm a perfect example of that. And there was never a situation where I was being forced to do one thing or another or expect to do anything. It was just people led by their actions in my family and in my household. And if you see that time after time, shit, I ain't really had no choice of what I was going to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was something I always knew I wanted for myself. But I knew I wanted to do it my way.
I'm glad you said that, because you had so many different examples of different arenas of how people are helping. I like that you did it your way, because you found a way to help that was different from all of the arenas they were already tapping.
Sure.
How did you know that was the route you wanted to go?
Well, I think it was kind of, it's like watching from my perspective, right? Like I'm a child growing up where I'm seeing both so many examples of people serve out in the world, but at the same time, I'm seeing their home situations. And although I was surrounded by love in so many areas of my life, I would have never knew that we was like, I'm not saying we was in poverty by no stretch of the imagination, but we definitely didn't have it. Like I wasn't able to do the same things that my friends were able to do at the schools that I had the opportunity to go to. Like, so I knew there was room for improvement as it related to, like, really, like, how as a family we were battling this modern capitalist society.
Right.
You know, so when I found myself in a position where I could go to a school like Georgetown, where I could learn and I could see so many different lifestyles and people doing in different industries and all these different things, I'm like, all right, how do I apply some of that knowledge and some of that learning to the family business, which is service? So I put myself in a position where I could add infrastructure to a lineage of people that had already laid a very strong foundation of what it meant to serve. You know, like any young person coming up in a family business, you know what I mean? Like, so I just put myself there. God led the way, and by the grace of God, here we are.
Hey.
A couple years later, and it's worked out.
It's worked out tremendously. Now, you just mentioned Georgetown University. Take us there.
Yeah.
What was that experience like there, and what was awakening in that experience too as you were there?
Shit, that the world is a big place. You know, like I grew up here in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. by way of PG County, a small town called Accokeek, Maryland. And like a lot of young black people growing up in this city, particularly in the 90s, like I saw black people at every level of society, from the mayor to doctors, lawyers, police officers, is highlighted even by my own family, like owners of banks, teachers, like they selling the cars and driving the jobs. Like one of my next door neighbors growing up owned a car dealership. Like, so for me, I never, and this is such a blessing, and so many of us don't even think about this here in DC. Like at no point in my childhood did I think that a black person couldn't succeed. When I'm in high school, a black man becomes president of the United States of America. Like, I can't speak to everyone in this country, but at least from what I saw in my life, even if we didn't have access to, in the ways that I maybe wanted to as a child, I saw that it was possible for black people growing up in this city. And I don't know, when I went to a place like Georgetown, that changed a bit for me. Like, because as much as I thought I had known, I was only 5-6 miles away from my grandmother's house being on the campus at Georgetown. But that hilltop seemed a lot farther away than what I had thought growing up, you know, being thrust into a world that I didn't even know existed at the time. You know, and realizing for the first time that there were people out there, sometimes people even that look like me, that would have prejudice. And that was a very humbling experience. Like, it was very, very humbling. And I turned to things when I was on that campus that I'm not proud of, particularly as the man that I become today. You know, so it was a very troubling time in my life, for sure.
Gotcha. So now that you know what you know now, and the success you've been able to come to on the other side, and the discipline you've been able to garner for yourself, what would you say you would say to that guy today?
Go home. Like, for sure, for real. Like, despite the fact that I was even so close to campus, I think like a lot of young black men, I felt like when I was dropped off on that campus for the first time, I felt like I had something to prove to the world. Like that I had to figure it out on my own, because in large part for a lot of things in my life as a young man, I did have to figure them out on my own. Or at least I didn't feel like that I had somebody that I connect with to help me overcome those challenges. You know, and that is the plight of a young black boy growing up without a father, not just in DC, but in America. And as hard as my mother worked, and a lot of single mothers work out there in this country, they'll never be able to fill the void of a father. And for me, I fell victim to that. But I would tell my younger self that even though your father is not there, there are a lot of people in your life that love you. A lot of people. And a lot of people in your life that want to see the best version of you, because they know the best version of you betters both you and the world. Yeah, that's what I would tell my younger self.
Okay. So we get to January 1st, 2016, right? Yeah. The year starting.
Yeah.
We are approaching the creation of something dynamic that's going to thrust this world and this area into new hemispheres within 8 years.
Yeah.
What is going through your mind, and what space are you in at this particular day and time?
That's why I turned up January 1st. That's New Year's. Shit, we going up. Where was I at? I think sort of what I've already gotten in today is that forming an organization wasn't like the start of my world in service. Like I've been doing this work since as long as I know, because even as a young child, I was expected to be serving the food for the seniors after church on Sunday.
Yes. And you better not say nothing.
You better not say nothing. Like, so I think the way like you would expect LeBron James' son to play basketball, from the examples that I had in my life, like I was expected to serve. And because of how it had been laid out for me, I developed my own love for it. And for any of us, the highest point that we could ever reach in life is to understand that we are put here to serve. I was taught that lesson at 3. So it's damn, it's been a blessing, Media Prince. I can't really say anything else. It's been a blessing.
So what does that year feel like to you? You're launching, your organization is coming out. How do you feel at this moment?
How do I feel? I feel the same. Like, but I knew, thanks to good mentorship, that now I had the infrastructure to be able to scale this work and create the sustainability that I wanted for my family, always. So that was a point where, and I had 2 co-founders at the time too, keep in mind. So all of us put together, like I knew, like, yes, like we have the tools, we have the skills, we have the resources to really be able to put infrastructure in this thing to serve millions of people. Well, I had never thought more past probably the basement of my church. Right. You know, God put me in a position that now, like, this vision of sort of eradicating, in that kind of time, eradicating poverty, I might not, even if not able to do it in my own lifetime, that I had the tools and resources to be able to develop a model that others could follow for how you eradicate poverty at scale. You know, and I got really excited about that at the time. And similarly, I'll never forget the first thing that I wrote down on a 1-pager that I sent to a future investor. I said, we are going to make doing good cool. Like, I swear to you, I see it. Like, Is it like Jeff Bezos has his first like set of principles, Nike has theirs, like that was ours. Like we were gonna make doing good cool. And from, as you highlighted, like you came to our 8-year anniversary.
Y'all have definitely done that.
Yeah. People want to serve.
They really do.
People want to serve.
They really, really do. And you make it. It's also too, and I also say, we also know that everybody tries to invade the world of philanthropy just so they could make the quick buck, or you get what I'm saying, use that tax write-off. And so that experience with certain organizations sometimes comes off as a try versus an ease. With your organization, there was an ease to want to serve. Like you wanted to add on to what even if you don't know what this is, you can tell this is something. You want to add to this. You guys made that experience quite easy. So even like being able to just wanting to, even if I just only have $5 on me tonight, I want to give this. Like you want to, you know what I'm saying? You made it easy for.
That's against our mission. Don't give us
not saying that, no. But it's the idea of the organization has created an atmosphere that feels like family, feels like home. So people want to help family. People want to help their home. You get what I'm saying? So that's a testament to how great you guys are doing. And like I'm saying, a great testament to what you guys are doing. When did you know, or when did you guys feel collectively like, okay, we did correctly by creating this? When did you start to see like, okay, this is working, this is helping people, and doing good is becoming cool?
Probably after that anniversary party on Media Prince. That was a crazy party, man. That was a crazy party. That venue will not let us back.
But I always say, it's sort of like Beyonce. People have a renaissance moment. I think that was you guys' renaissance moment, to where you got to see exactly, if you didn't know, now you know. And it's either you're going to continue to stand on the curbside, or you're going to come get in this limo and help push out to the community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think, I don't know if you feel it now, but you're even in a space where you probably would have never imagined. And of course we have us as visionaries and creators, we always want more. We're always working towards what more can we do, how much more can we serve, how much more, period. But sometimes we're not as reflective or present into like what's happening like right here, right now. But just from the outside viewer looking into you, it's been dope to see your message transcend. And now the masses are kind of paying attention more because of the hard work you guys have acclaimed here. And that's not nothing to just go unnoticed or be shy about at all. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is something that could be applauded, that our own have created a way for our own. And you get what I'm saying? And they're saving our own, then could potentially save us if we fall into those times where we really need legs to get back to the American dream. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's dynamic to also like tell you it's dope to see you in the space you're saying, the space you're in right now. And aside from that, this brother is also DMV's 35 under 35. You're also Forbes 30 under 30, Washingtonian of the year. Like, the brother is getting, and the thing is, what's so dope is I love to see the people win that are supposed to. Yeah. That's really what makes it beautiful too, is because we're also in an arena of, due to social media, doing good looks cool now. So people will do good just to be cool versus the people that are doing good because that's who they are, period. They're good people. And so to see good people win and to see good people be recognized for their hard work and efforts, I think is dope. So people like me get excited for people like you, because there are a plethora of baby Darius Baxters planted everywhere that are watching your footsteps to see how to get to the next level, or people that are tapping into their inner Darius Baxter to make it to their next point. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're inspiring a lot. But hearing all that, how does that feel?
I don't see why people be crying on your show. I wear my sunglasses, man. Shout out Dion. You know, like, I don't know. That's not what I do it for, man. For real. That's not what I do it for. I don't do it for the accolades. Like, if I did it for the accolades, I would have a bigger marketing team.
Yeah.
That's what I'm called to do. It's my purpose. It's my passion. You know, got a little Lex in the studio.
Yeah.
Like, people that see me the most know, like, I eat, breathe, sleep, service. This is what God has put me here to do. That's what I will continue to do as long as I'm called to. So, you know, I don't do it for none of that. And definitely, I don't know, it's encouraging. I'm an athlete, you know, I compete. I like a trophy or two. I mean, I went to Georgetown. We didn't win a lot when I was there. So, you know, I wouldn't be human if I didn't say, you know, I didn't appreciate the accolades. And I thank all the people that have, you know, nominated me for those things and put together different events and stuff to celebrate the work. But I think the award that I'm really most excited about is the recent one that I got. It was the Marcia G. Cook Award. It's from Georgetown University. Black Alumni of the Year. 30 years old, right? And I know that one is fulfilling because Good Project was founded in 2016. And in 2013, 2014, one of the two, when I was at Georgetown, I was actually suspended for an entire year. I was suspended for a year because they raided my room on a Wednesday morning at like 3 a.m. They came, knocked on the door, boom, boom, boom. Like, it smelled like weed in this hallway. Like, it smelled like weed in the hallway. And, you know, young, brash, Darius Baxter. I'm like, the fuck that mean to me? Like, you know, get away from my door. Like, I had like a towel under my door, and they were like, you got a towel under the door, we think it's coming from your room. I'm like, I got a towel under my door because there's mice in this building. Like, they keep running in my room. Like, they're like, nah, like, we searching your room. Whatever rights they said they had because I was a student, come in my room, flip my room. Like, this is campus security, flip my room like the SWAT team or something. And end up finding a grinder in my room. And, you know, long story short, scraped the weed out the grinder. Say I had 0.3 grams of marijuana in my room, suspend me for a year. I lose my football scholarship. And they tell me like 2 weeks before I'm supposed to come back, report for the second semester of my sophomore year. And, you know, I said, they ain't gonna break me. End up going to a junior college out in Arizona, continue to play football. God's plan is always perfect. End up getting hurt when I'm out there. Come back for the second half of my year of suspension. You know, a year of suspension for a kid, 18 years old, 19 years old, they expect you to just quit. Like, go home, back to PG County, DC, and just burn out, never come back. But the second half of the semester came back, like, a buddy of mine who I'm training with is like, yo, I got this job for you, make some money while you home. He like, we gonna be standing out at the metro station asking people to sponsor kids in the Philippines. I said, bro, you crazy. But then he said, shit, they paying us $50 a kid. I said, shit, I could do that. Couple months later, I'm the #1 person in the country doing that job. But like, I knew at that time, you know, God was teaching me like how to be able to mix my passions, people, but then also being able to turn a profit. And you know, I came back to Georgetown after that year, locked in, focused, ended up graduating a semester early. It would have been a whole year early, but they told me I was going too fast. Got back on the football team, all that. You know what I mean? And I'll never forget when I was sitting in that disciplinary office. It was a black lady sitting across from me too. Black lady, bro. We at Georgetown University. It's only about 100 black kids in this school, and the dean of discipline is a black woman. And instead of treating me with compassion, bro, she tell me to go fuck off, bro. So when I stood on that stage and they gave me Black Alumni of the Year, bro, I'm not gonna hold you. There's a lot of people in that room that would never know my story. They just see a young black man that went off to do something great with himself. But I just knew I wasn't standing on that stage for myself. I was standing on that stage for every young black man across this country that had been counted out. You know what I mean? In that story, you know, there was never no risk of violence, like no abuse of mother or father, nothing crazy, but it's my story. Yeah. And it's definitely a story of overcoming. Yeah. And you know, I hope that it inspires the next person.
Yeah, and it is. It's even inspiring me. And my question, as I'm hearing your story, is, what is that in you that keeps you going? Where others will break and fall to defeat, you rise to the occasion and find a new way to like navigate, and you don't stop. What is that in you? Like, what do you think that comes from? Like, I know we know God, we know that infinite, but what is that place you're finding in yourself to like harness that?
It goes back to I had great examples. Like, I was raised by a single mom. See, my dad died when I was young, and obviously if he had the choice, he definitely would have been somebody in my life, but I was raised by a single mom, and she never stopped. I knew there was times where she was struggling, in part because she'd come ask me for bread. That's probably why I became an entrepreneur at 6, 7 years old. Like, and she like, can I borrow $300? Like, why did I have $300 when I was 7? I don't know. It just reflected on her back, but like, you know, like, so we was always in tandem, you know. So like, but seeing her just never stop. Like, we was homeless at one time, for real. Homeless, Media Prince, homeless. Like, and watching her sleep on a couch every single day while me and my brother share a bed, like, that was never cool to me, like, or something normalized, because I had seen something different at the start of my life when my father was around. And so seeing her wake up every single day, continue to claw and fight and serve with love in her heart. You know, this 90s DC, this the cracker hair, bro. Like, she working in DC public schools in Southeast. Like, you know, I'm not naive to the things that she probably was saying, the way she was probably being treated, most importantly by parents, probably, you know. Yeah. And so it's I had the best example probably anybody in this world that had, bro. I had no choice but to keep going.
This is why I love this series I created, because I was already a fan of your work, but now, not only with being a fan, I've gained a respect of how you've come to be. And I say with the respect, it makes me even also appreciate that we get to have you in this lifetime.
Thank you.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it's dope that you've been able to just, and this is what's so like bigger circle, like bigger full moment, is you've done so well at serving that you've been able to create a way to help Darius Baxter.
Yeah, fact.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing, is you became the help you always needed.
Facts.
And that's freaking powerful. Yeah. And this is what we have here in our area. Hometown hero in the making. And this is why I was so excited to talk to you, because I knew there was such a dynamic story to how you've become and who you are. And it's so dope to know that your testimony is really cemented as something that can really, really, really help masses of people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm glad I got to share that and we got to talk about that. Now, you guys are doing such great things. Just the scope of helping people get to the American dream.
Yeah.
You also have, you've been having Tuesday nights on lock for the past few weeks.
Yeah, that's been fun.
Tell us about that.
It's Purpose Club, man. Purpose Club. I try to just, they say man makes plans and God laughs. And title that with Quincy Jones says he sleeps with a notepad next to his bed because God might visit him at night. And he live in Beverly Hills, so if he don't wake up and write it down, God might take that vision to his next door neighbor. His next door neighbor might be Frank Sinatra or somebody like that. Mm. So I just try to, when God pushes me in a direction, I just try to listen and move as quick as I can. And coming into the year when I was putting together, I just like, I try to get ahead of it now. You know, like, what is the whole, and you asked the question earlier, it's like, I'm really in a place of creativity, in a place where the organization where I feel comfortable and I believe in the people that believe in us. Mm. You know, so I can plan farther out now. Where it used to be, I used to think about it week by week, then went to month. Now it's like, I try to plan the years out. And I know that going into both Black History Month and Women's History Month, that it was important to honor this moment. You know, and what God was calling me to do was to be a vessel at this time. Like, where all I just kept hearing was get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. Like, and I'm confident enough in sort of where I am in my career and where God has brought me to that, like, I know I demand space, I know I demand attention in every room that I'm in every place that I present myself, and that's a blessing. But for this series in particular, particularly in Black History Month and Women's History Month, I knew I wanted to create space for women, particularly Black women. But at the same time, having an opportunity to honor the work that, so every year, Good Projects, we look at sort of our balance sheet, and we try to go for broke every year. It's one of the reasons why we can say so confidently that by 2030, our work will be finished in Southwest Washington, D.C. Like, we are working to put ourselves out of business. Not to say that our work will stop completely, because we're already starting to make investments in other places like Kenya and looking at places in South America. But with last year, all the amazing support that we had in excess of funds. So we said, okay, we're going to grant out $150,000 to folks around DC, Maryland, and Virginia, particularly those that are at the most grassroots level, and hope to spark them to be able to reach a place where they can have an equal, if not greater, level of impact. So when looking at the year, I knew we had an opportunity to both honor Black History Month, honor Women's History Month, but also honor the work of these 10 Black Justice Fellows. And thinking about all that, couple it with the national tour we went on in 2020, it turned into this very creative space for people to just come and be their most authentic selves. For Black leaders to feel comfortable, similar to the space that you've created for me today. Black leaders just to come and feel comfortable sharing their stories. And know that they're surrounded by a community of, from what we're seeing more often, and not Black women, the doers, the backbone, the beers, the builders of most, if not all, great movements. A receptive audience that will hopefully take action steps with what they're saying. That they're not just speaking for entertainment value, but that they're speaking to educate folks on how they better themselves in their communities. So we are just creating space for people, you know, keeping it off social media, you know, just invite only type thing.
I love this too. I'm glad he pointed this out. There's also, I think, with it also, I also told you guys that the organization feels like an E, like you want to be a part and serve. But there's also to the same tidbit, there's this exclusiveness about you guys.
Not always.
But how you curate your events. But you know, and I think that might be also good, just good marketing as well too, because you know the DMV loves some exclusive shit. You know, they love to feel like this is, I got invited. You know what I'm saying? So that also helps with how I think the greatness of how it's being projected to around the arena. Now, aside from that, you're doing so much helping and serving. How do you mentally self-check yourself or like unwind? I do know you went on vacation and you'll turn your phone off or put do not disturb on, but what is your regimen to also keep your mental in check and intact? Because I know it can get overwhelming helping so many.
Even to this day, I'm surrounded by people that love me and I love them back. Like, if there is not a better cure for a stressful day, it's coming home to a hug from somebody that you know loves you. You know, like, as tough as the work that I do is, as tough as it is, like, to continue to wake up every morning knowing that I'm running into a brick wall, like my family and my loved ones and my lady, like, I just so special. Like, you know, like I can't really ask for more. Like, it's my fuel, it's my jetpack.
Hey,
you know?
how would you describe the space you're in right now? Like today, how are you feeling with all that I've been able to pour into you, and then all that you've been able to accomplish and all that you're doing for the community of where you're from? How do you feel today? Like, what is that? How would you describe that person?
It's a happy person. It's a happy person. I have black boy joy. I have done the work, you know, and I wish more black men would not be afraid to do the work. I've been to the therapist, I've been to the psychologist, I've been to the dietitians, all of the things, open myself up to what the universe has in store. Like, all of the things to reach a place where I can wake up every day and be happy with the person that I am when I look in the mirror. And when I go to sleep at night, sleep peacefully, knowing that what I did today served a much higher power than myself. Like, it's hard not to be happy. like for real.
Hey, and yes, that's why this is the Darius Baxter. You know what's crazy though? When I first met you and I heard your name, so you know you have your last name is already famous. Do you know why?
Lonnie Baxter from Maryland.
No, we going on TV now.
Buster Baxter from Arthur.
Oh, I never even thought about that. I always think about Raven Baxter from.
Oh my God, they wildin' on that stuff. No.
So when I said it, I was like, oh, I got Raven's cousin here.
They got a lot going on over there. I don't have nothing to do with that.
But it's funny hearing because now that you're saying, you're the third Baxter I've ever met in my life.
Please don't name them not my cousins.
Now, the Good Projects DC is doing some amazing things, and we were talking off camera, but it ties into how I want to end this interview, which is I do a fun game called Either Or. I give you hip hop legends. The person you say stays, the person you don't say never existed.
You shoot off what's it called? That's So Raven case, and then you gonna say I gotta shoot off some rappers. You trying to get me canceled?
But no, a few of these people that are in this game also run the Dreamville, and you guys are doing something in that realm. Can you explain to us?
Yeah, no, this is the second year in a row we have been selected as the official nonprofit partner for Dreamville Fest. So we're really excited about that. Shout out Ariel Corbet from their team, J. Cole, like the whole Dreamville crew. Yeah, Ari Lennox always showing love, came out to a lot of different things, always supports, and
Yes.
Great girl. So yeah, shout out to the whole team.
All right, now are you ready?
I don't know, but
Well, for you, I'm gonna give you 3 good passes.
all right, let's do
Okay,
it.
and that allow you to skip and be scot-free from that question.
All
Okay,
right, come on.
so remember, the person you say stays.
All right.
The person you don't say never existed.
Whoa. All right.
Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac.
Okay, Tupac stays. Jay-Z or Nas?
Jay-Z.
Okay. It's also always funny to watch when their team or people are here with them to see their reactions outside of the cameras when they answer.
Hold on.
It's
Am I
always
saying, who I'm saying? Am I canceling out or am I keeping?
who you're keeping.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
you've been doing it right,
I stand
so-
on it. Jay-Z. Yeah,
Okay.
Jay-Z has meant more to the country.
Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
Kendrick Lamar, hands down.
Okay. This probably should be easy. J. Cole or Eminem?
J. Cole.
Okay. I said that would probably be easy.
Yeah.
Okay, T.I. or Ludacris?
I gotta go to Detroit in a couple weeks too. You're gonna get me in trouble. See how Ludacris. Damn. I was rocking the Sideburns all 2023, so I'm gonna say Ludacris.
Okay. All right, 2 Chainz or Future?
Future. You gotta keep Future.
Okay.
Future changed hip hop.
Okay. Lil Wayne or Kanye West? And remember, you get 3 good passes.
I'm gonna pass on that.
Okay. One more for the fellas. Andre 3000 or Common?
I gotta say, Andre 3 Stacks.
Okay. I'm with you on that one.
These are tough.
All right.
Man. No, Common's a great dude, man. He shows a lot of love, but I gotta let him go on that one.
Okay.
You know, I got love for you though, Common. I got love for you though. You my bro.
All right, let's move on to the ladies. Nicki Minaj or Remy Ma?
Nicki Minaj had a lot of dreams, but I gotta go with Nicki on this one. I see you soon, baby girl.
Okay. Trina or Lil' Kim?
Oh, damn. You practiced this.
It's so fun to hear everyone's
I
answer.
let Biggie go earlier, so I'm gonna keep Lil' Kim.
Okay. Okay. Eve or Foxy Brown?
I go with Eve. I like that show she did in the 2000s.
Okay. Which I think people don't talk enough about. That show was funny as hell.
See, I told you we was poor growing up. We ain't had cable. I had the little antenna.
The
That was one of those Jones.
We gonna really have to talk after this go off because I know exactly this back when WB
Antenna was making
UPN
stars of people back then. You know what I mean?
man. Okay. Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B?
In the spirit of Women's History Month, I'm gonna pass on that one. But I can't cancel my sisters.
Okay. Lotto or Doja Cat?
I'll keep Lotto on that one. Doja Cat been wildin', brother.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hold you.
All right, let's do one more. Missy Elliott or Left Eye? You do have one more pass too.
Well, Left Eye canceled herself. Missy Elliott.
Okay. Everyone, I could just hear the laughter when they heard that last one.
I'm sorry. I gotta go to church now. Pray for me.
And then all of them are saying after this, like, oh, I shouldn't have laughed.
Pray for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was the one, the only Mr. Darius Baxter. Please let them know where they can follow you and find you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you everybody for subscribing. Thank you everybody for listening to this amazing conversation. You can find us at Good Projects DC across all platforms at Good Projects DC, or just type into whatever browser you use, goodprojects.org, and you'll find us right at the top. Thank y'all for listening today. And thank you, brother, for the invite.
No, thank you for coming. Thank you for what you're doing here. And thank you for sharing your story. I know it's going to touch so many. It touched me, and it was dope to actually hear one of our pillars actually. I got to feel the human in you, and I think that's what connects to why people love Good Projects DC. It feels like home, feels like family, and everyone walking away, you're going to feel like home and family. So thank you guys for tuning in. Conversation with the Media Prince, shot by MLB. We out.